Brock Lesnar fans, I got some more bad news for you in this video. I'm going to tell you exactly what that bad news is and why it's so significant. Because there was a recent speculation frenzy going on around online because Brock Lesnar references were made on a recent episode of Monday Night Raw, causing speculation about a potential return to WWE for the former WWE champion. On a recent edition of Backstage Pass Q&A, it was asked whether Lesnar was going to return to WWE, and then Bill Apter proceeded to let the internet explode because he claimed that he had heard people talking within WWE about how the two sides, Lesnar and WWE, they were in talks, and people were like, oh, he's returning, oh my God, and then it was reported that slow your roll, because you got to keep in mind, for months it's been reported that Lesnar will not be brought back to WWE until he is cleared by WWE's legal team. Why is that so significant? Well, it's because of the ongoing lawsuit filed by former WWE employee Janelle Grant, who filed a lawsuit against Johnny Ace, Vince McMahon, and WWE. A former WWE/UFC heavyweight champion was named in the lawsuit, and Lesnar was later identified as that champion. Once the lawsuit was filed, WWE removed him from WWE 2K25 and nixed all creative plans for him. Gunther has come out stating that yes, he and Lesnar were supposed to work WrestleMania this year, and that dream match got crushed. So, Fightful Select then reported that there are no current plans for Lesnar to return right now, and what was said on WrestleVotes Radio was denied within the company on a high level, as the source stated there were no creative plans in place for Lesnar, and if conversations had occurred, they had not been briefed. The board stated that there was no situation in which Lesnar was going to return anytime soon until he's cleared, right? So, that is where things stand. That is where things have been up to the latest. And then, there was another development, and this is where the more comes into this video, because PW Insider, Mike Johnson, they came out with a report, and they gave their side. They gave what they have heard, and that leads us to today's video, because Mike Johnson reported that they have heard there have been no creative pitches for not only Lesnar in recent times, but in fact for months. And there are no ongoing discussions between the two sides. And any mention of him on commentary, or any mention of him in references, in promos, is just trying to build up current storylines. There is no, hey, we're teasing Lesnar, hey, we're setting this up for Lesnar. Lesnar's not coming back until he is cleared by WWE's not medical team, but the legal team. I'm sure Lesnar is fine. He's healed up for anything and everything. So that is what you need to know. That is the latest when it comes to Brock Lesnar. And I've said this for months. And let me preference this, because people lose their minds every few months. It's like once a quarter. Lesnar is still listed on WWE's roster sheet. He is still listed on their roster page on their website. WWE.com. Boot it up, fire it up. Brock Lesnar's on that list. You know who else is on that list? Becky Lynch. And she's not under contract with the company. Okay? So keep that in mind. Now, going forward, as I've said this, do I think Brock Lesnar will return to WWE one day? Yes. Will it be as an active in-ring worker? No. I think Lesnar will return one day and eventually go into the Hall of Fame. And I mean, I'm talking 15, 20 years down the line. Okay? I don't see him returning as a wrestler. He had already been knocked down a peg under Triple H once he got past the Roman Reigns feud, which was still tied into what Vince McMahon wanted, right? When he was booking Brock Lesnar. After that, who did he work with? Omos. Why did he work with Omos? Because Vince McMahon pushed for it. Once Vince was out, we have not seen Omos. Well, he worked with Cody Rhodes, our undisputed WWE champion. Yes. Around the same time that Vince was he still had his fingers in the pot. He was still having his say-so on creative. And oh, by the way, if you're Triple H, who is trying to book Cody Rhodes is the next top guy. The guy that has won 2 straight Royal Rumbles and headlined 2 straight WrestleManias and has faced Roman Reigns twice and just beating for the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 40 months ago, then yeah, having him go over 2 out of 3 times over Brock Lesnar would help build up Cody Rhodes as your top guy. Here's the reason I say I don't think Lesnar is going to work. 1, he's in his 40s. 2, he's made his money. 3, WWE is dramatically trying to distance themselves from Vince McMahon. They're trying to distance themselves from the Janelle Grant lawsuit and allegations and accusations and all of the allegations made against Vince McMahon. Well, what's the difference between him not wrestling now and him being inducted into the Hall of Fame in 15 to 20 years? Well, in 15 to 20 years, this lawsuit's going to be gone. But until then, it's ongoing. And it's going to be ongoing because Vince is going to drag this out. This lawsuit's going to go on for 2 to 3, if not longer. And oh, by the way, why is the lawsuit not even really getting up and running right now? Well, because it's on a pause. Why is it on a pause? Well, because the feds are investigating this creepy old man named Vince McMahon. That's why. So if the feds go after Vince, and if the feds convince Vince, say that 3 times fast, then that changes the dynamic and he may never ever go into the Hall of Fame. That's why Chris Benoit will never go into the Hall of Fame. Horrific human being. He's not going in the Hall of Fame. So stop it. Right? Vince McMahon will never go into the Hall of Fame. Ever. Because of these allegations and accusations. Okay? It's just not going to happen. So there's a lot here. But either way, I don't see Brock Lesnar returning to WWE television. I don't see him wrestling again inside of this word circle. And honestly, if you're looking at it from a Brock standpoint, hey man, you made your money. You wrestled the who's who. You headlined multiple WrestleManias. You've done it all in this business. He's even won Money in the Bank. Why would you want to come back? Right? Unless you just miss the thrill and spills of wrestling. You've made your money. You've done every accomplishment known to mankind. What else is there for you to conquer for the Beast and Conqueror? Right? Like, if you look at it from that standpoint, it's like, yeah, there's not much for him to do. There's not much for him to come back and do. Just saying. Just say. Let me know it in the comments here below. Does Brock Lesnar work again?